What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 13 of our Eastside Hockey Manager Early Access Let's Play here with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And today I have for you guys the playoff semi-final. If you missed the last episode, go check it out as always. Before we get into this video, I don't often do this, but if you could smash the like button, let me know that you exist. The likes have been a little bit down recently, and the views have been the same, so I don't know if it's just people forgetting. So this is like the public service announcement, I guess. So anyway, let's just get into today's game. It's against Boston. I've got the highlights of the last game we played against them. I know, no doubt in my mind, that people are going to want to have a look at Boston's team. So just a little overview of some of their best players. They've got players like Rask here, who is 28 years old. Absolutely incredible goalie for them. You can see here, good positioning, good glove, good. I could say good for everything, but they're 20 out of 20 at the end of the day. He is absolutely incredible. They've also got players like Bergeron, who you can see here, 29 years old, Canadian centre. He looks absolutely incredible. They've got players like Lukic. I guess that's Lukic. Answers on a postcard, or Lukic. But you can see here, he's good. Another just incredible attacker. They've got some great strength. In the NHL regular season, if we just take a real quick look, you can see they finished third. They were only 2 points behind us in our division. So they are a very, very strong team. And it wasn't going to be easy, this playoff push. So anyway, let's talk about these games against them and how we've got on. And yeah, it's not been as ideal as I'd like. In the first game, which you can now see the highlights of, you will notice during these kind of videos the colour might look a little bit weird. I'm going to have to do some photo editing and like post editing on this episode, because for whatever reason there's a bug at the moment in the game where teams do not play in their away kind of a jersey unless they clash 100%. So if two teams are in black match, then the away team will wear white. But if a navy team, in our case, and a black team in Boston both play, it doesn't default to the white away jersey for the away team. As a result, you guys can't tell the difference unless I make some photo editing changes. But anyway, this is one of the few games I actually have some positive kind of comments about, because it was a good game. Bozak got 2 goals for us. Kessel got 1. Van Riemsdyk getting 3 secondary assists. Kessel with 2 assists too. It was a good performance by our team. We ran out 5-2 victors. And this is pretty much the only thing I have to smile about, unfortunately, as you'll see as we get into the next few fixtures. Of course, this game that is going to be coming up is an elimination game, but in this game we dominated, we played very, very well, and 5-2 was the final score. Anyway, the second game in this best-of-7 series against the Bruins came at home again, and it was just awful. It was awful. It finished 3-3 after regulation time. Kessel, Nylander and JVR getting the goals for us. Soderberg, Marchand and Marchand again getting the goals for them. And at the end of the second, we were 2-0 up. End of the first, we were 2-0 up. End of the second, they'd pulled it back to 2-2. The third ended with it all square at 3-3, and they scored a pretty late overtime winner. So of course in regulation season, overtime is 5 minutes long before it goes to a shootout. In the playoffs there are no shootouts. It just goes on with 20-minute periods of next goal wins, and if there isn't a goal after 20 minutes, break, play again 20 minutes until there's a goal scored. And in this game the goal came for Miller in the 71st minute for Boston to win 4-3. That was 11 minutes into the fourth. And I cried a little bit. We lost our incredible kind of, I guess, record in the playoffs. I say incredible, it's not that incredible, but we hadn't lost at the playoffs at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, so it was disappointing to lose that one. A game that was very close, but they probably ran out deserved victors. The next game against Boston, we got absolutely destroyed. I've had some issues with the highlights for this game, so I'm going to show some highlights. If there's goals missing, I apologise, but there is an issue at the moment where if 2 goals happen really close together, the highlights screw up. And as you can see here, we were just outplayed off the puck. By the end of the first, 3-0 down. Marchand getting goals again. Hamilton and Seidenberg getting goals for Bruins in the second. Both of them coming within 14 seconds of one another, and that really was a kick in the gut and a punch to the stomach, and I cried. I didn't cry, that's a complete lie. Kessel gave me a glimmer of hope, but it was a glimmer that with 9 minutes left we needed 4 goals. It didn't happen. It was never going to happen. Boston ran out 5-1 victors in this game. Looking at the stats real quick, They were by far and away the better team. We were unlucky. We had shots. We didn't make the most, though, of the power plays that we had. We didn't serve any penalty minutes. At the end of the day, Boston were just a lot better offensively. Found a lot more space kind of right in front of our goal to get away their shots for the goals that they scored. And in the end, it was a quite convincing defeat. And anyway, the last game was against Boston again, of course. It was the third... No, it wasn't. It was the fourth game in the series. But it was the second overtime defeat. Heartbreaking, this one. Certainly not as long or overtime as the last game that went on for over 10 minutes. This one, 1 minute and 38 seconds for Lukic to get the goal for Boston to win 3-2. Kessel's 2 goals were not enough. We took the lead early on. Eriksson pulled one back for them before Kessel got one in the second. 2-1 up, not long left. But with 11 minutes left on the clock, Krejci grabbed a goal to take it to overtime. And then, as I mentioned, Lukic getting a goal. I must admit, it hurt. It hurt. Marchand to them has been their big player, really. I've got him on screen here, Brad Marchand. He's just been a massive player for them in this kind of playoff stage. At the moment, he's played 9 games for them, got 5 goals and 5 assists. And really, he single-handedly dismantled us. I guess that's the right word. But anyway, this today is an elimination game for us. We're 3-1 down in the series. Of course, you only need 4 wins to win the best of 7. Bernier is still injured for us. Booth is probably back. I think he's back. He is back, but he doesn't really play for us. It doesn't really matter that he's on the injury reserve list. But we're going to stick with the same line as the last few games. 2 overtime defeats is pretty tough to take. We're going to get straight into this game against Boston. We are back at home for this game. I'm hoping we can give ourselves a glimmer of hope, maybe complete some kind of crazy fight back. It's going to take an incredible effort by us. So, yeah, as I mentioned, the game might look a little bit strange as Marchand scores again. Well, he has just been our kryptonite this game. He has just destroyed us over the course of this series. But what I was going to say was, as I mentioned right at the start, the colours look a little bit weird. I apologise for the fact the ice looks as if it's glowing. That's just so you guys can see the difference between the blue and the black jerseys on the players, because they are really, really similar. Anyway, whilst I was rambling about that, Lindstrom did get a goal for us to get it all square, and this could be something that goes down to the wire. 2 overtime games so far in this series. Soderberg getting a goal there for Boston, however. So I'm expecting this to be a tight game. I'm certainly hoping it's not going to be a 5-1. But at the end of the first, Boston in the lead. And it's not ideal. But, I mean, we're going to be fighting for our lives here. It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tough. Looking at it here, you can see we're heading towards the end of the second. And there's been no score in this period. Although we're on the attack here. Can we make something happen? No. Boston on the breakaway. And Eriksson scores for them to make it, well, 3-1. And we've got to go for something different here. I'm going to go for overload on our offensive use. And I'm also going to make it so our front line plays 6 minutes. 60 seconds or 1 minute. And our second line will play 40 seconds. We've got to go for it. We've got to kind of try and get back into this game, but we've not got long to do it. 1 minute and 40 left of the second. It's going to be all over there. And now we move into the most important period of our season. I'm going to switch to extended highlights for hopefully extra tension. We need 2 goals to take this to overtime. That is kind of what we have to do, or we're out of the playoffs. And it would be disappointing to go out at this stage. We had such a good kind of regulation season. You know, we did great across the 82 games. We finished top of our division, top of the conference. And well, we've got a goal there. Fowler scores it. We win the face-off. Can we complete an incredible fight back? It has to start in this period. This has to be the time where we turn things around. And Nylander's been put in the penalty box for hooking. That is not what we need. We do not need to be down a man in this kind of game. Boston are going to have a power play here. 2 minutes of an extra man. Fortunately for us, however, nothing is going to come of it. And with 10 minutes left, well, we need a hero. We need someone to step up to the mark. As Nylander slashes this time. So that's his second penalty box offence. What are you doing, Nylander? I've put you in the team. I've given you so much faith. Boston on the attack here with the man advantage. Reimer will hold on to it. We are still missing Bernier. 1 minute left of the penalty box time for Nylander to kill. 8 minutes left on the clock. We need something, boys. We need a miracle. Boston on the attack. Reimer with another save. And now 5 minutes left. We need some magic. 2 minutes left to make something happen. Go on. Please, boys. Please. Can the comeback start here? Kessel with the shot, I think, but it's saved. Still got possession of the puck. Kessel again. Pulls it back! Bozak scores to make it 3-3. And right now it's going to overtime with a minute left. We are going for it here. This could be going the distance again. Wouldn't be the first game in this series to go to overtime. It wouldn't be the second. This would be the third. And it's 3-3. And we have a face-off in their zone. Can we win it? We can. Can we make something happen here, boys? We can't. JVR getting caught offside, I think, or at least he caught the rest of our team offside by taking it out and then back into their zone. 50 seconds left. Right now we're going to overtime here. It's 3-1 in this series. It's a best of 7. We have to win to stand any chance here. And Rask there with a big save for them. The face-off here coming. 30 seconds left on the clock. It's been such a tight game. But can we make something happen here? I really can't deal with another overtime. There's been so many in this series. But it's going to it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. It's all over. Overtime 1. 20 seconds on the clock. Next goal wins. Oh dear. Oh dear. So 3-1 up Boston. It's next goal wins. We have to score. We have to. There isn't kind of any other way around it. No pressure. No pressure. Oh gosh. I mean, how do you commentate this? How am I meant to express my thoughts? I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm cacking myself. I'm not actually cacking myself. That'd be worrying. But I'm not enjoying this, shall we say. And if we were to win this, which is a big if still, it would of course mean doing another set of games. Oh boy. We have possession of the puck here out on the left. It's dumped down the line. Unfortunately, they're going to come away with it. I think that was slashing by Bozak. We're now down a man. We cannot be down a man. It's going to be a 4v5 out on the ice for the next 2 minutes. Bozak, you might have just cost us there, son. We're going to have to defend incredibly here. Boston on the attack. Pulled across. Defend. Defend. Oh, what a tackle. That'll do. That's a decent hit. Just dump the puck. We just have to dump it for the next minute and 20 seconds. Boston on the attack. Boston shooting. Reimer makes a save. Oh gosh, I cannot deal with this. It's 3-3. We have 18 minutes left of this, the fourth overtime period. Next goal wins and Hamilton scores for Boston. And that is the end of our playoff aspirations. Heartbreak. We lose the series 4-1, but that really doesn't tell you what happened. We lost 3 overtimes to Boston. 3 times we let it slip. There was the one game where they destroyed us. We dismantled them in another to win 5-2. But at the end of the day, they're going to take the series. And to say I'm a little bit heartbroken would be an understatement. We had such a good regulation season, but we've been knocked out there in the Eastern Conference semi-final by Boston. To lose 3 overtimes is just... it hurts. It hurts. And, well, that's the end of our year. What a year it's been, though. You can see here how it ended up. Those overtime wins, 2 4-3 overtime wins for Boston. They also, of course, won 3-2 after overtime. I'm heartbroken. Looking at the team schedule, last 10 games, of course, this does include the playoffs. We are 10th, but that's not really worth looking into. Player stats, well, Kessel and Van Riemsdyk, or JVR, really ran the show. Unrealistically high goals, perhaps, but this game is in early access. Yeah, can't really fault Kessel. 8.74 average rating, the highest in the league by some way. JVR, the second highest of any outfield player. Rask and Lundqvist getting other really high ratings, of course, both goaltenders. Oh dear. I can't help but feel a little bit heartbroken. We had such a good first season, and I really have enjoyed this first year at the Leafs. I kind of feel like I've connected with my team. I've learned a lot about the game, and hockey, just by playing this. Massive thank you, I guess, for your guys' support so far. This series isn't going to be going anywhere. I guess next episode will be the draft. I don't actually know when the draft happens. I believe it's in June, so there's a little way to go. But yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on the next episode. As I mentioned at the start, if you have been enjoying this series, smash the like button. If you've got any comments, words of wisdom, words of consolidation, let me know. I guess we're going to have to go again next year, hopefully with a slightly stronger team. We'll see if we can pick up any decent free agents. If you've got any advice on that, feel free to leave it down in the comments. And yeah, I guess that's going to wrap up our first season in charge of the Leafs. If you've got any comments, as I mentioned, leave them down below. If this is the first video you're watching of this series, somehow hit subscribe if you've not already. There's a playlist down below in the description of this video if you want to catch even more about what happened in this kind of save so far. You can go catch up on all the old episodes. And yeah, that's going to wrap things up from me. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed as always. If you have, I've already said this, my mind's gone, boys. I'm broken. I'm going to try and cheer up for the next one. Hopefully I'll see you guys on it. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit if I ever get over this.